Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the Cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to be discussing monthly returns, and we're going to take a look at the year-to-date ROI. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the sale on Into the Cryptoverse Premium at intothecryptoverse.com. Let's go ahead and jump in. So one of the things we've mentioned is that following the bear market years you get of 2014, 2018, and 2022, you get your recovery years of 2015, 2019, and 2023. And recovery years can be difficult in different ways than the primary bear market years could be. In bear market years like 2014, 2018, and 2022, you typically just see us go down for the most part. If you look at the number of red months in 2014, you can see that in fact we had 8 of them. If you look at the number of red months in 2018, we had 9 of them. And if you look at 2022, we had 8 red months. Now, that's very different from what we saw in 2015, where you can see we only had 5 red months, and 2019, where we had 6 red months. So recovery years typically, for Bitcoin anyways, are a mixed bag, is what we've typically seen. You see about half the year give you green months, and about half the year give red months. And we've seen that time and time again. In 2019, a lot of those green months were sort of front loaded in the first half of the year. And in 2015, a lot of the green months were sort of in the latter half of the year. So far in 2023, we can see that we've had 3 green months in a row. I still would have the general expectation that you're going to have about half and half this year, about half green months and half red months. I know right now price is going up quite a bit, and so it's hard to imagine having a red month. But I do think when we look back on 2023, it'll be remembered as more or less a recovery year where we see about half green and half red, not that dissimilar from 2019 and not that dissimilar from 2015. The other thing I wanted to take a look at, because we've mentioned this many times, is the year-to-date ROI for Bitcoin. And we've talked a little bit about this before. If you take 2014 and 2018 and you take the average of those 2 years, you get something that looks like that. If you then hide 2014 and 2018 and overlay this with 2022, this is what it looks like. And what you'll notice is that the average of 2014 and 2018 essentially was able to sort of encapsulate the bear market low, to the low end and to the high end for the entirety of 2022. And so the argument going into 2023, if you remember, the argument was, well, what if, so if we have, that's 2023, and then we have 2019, and we have 2015, the argument is, well, what if we average out 2015 and 2019 to get an idea of general expectations for the duration of this year in terms of the potential moves to the upside and the potential moves to the downside? And if you do that, and we take the series and we add 2015 and 2019, and we sort of overlay that, that's what you get. Now let's go ahead and hide 2015 and 2019, and you'll see that so far we have more or less stayed within the bounds provided. So one of the things we've mentioned is that the bounds should theoretically range from 25% below the yearly open to 2.1x above the yearly open, right? So this is 2.1x up above the yearly open to a 25% move down below the yearly open. Now, if you do the math on that, it means that 2023, that price should stay above around 12.5K, but it also should stay below approximately 35K. And the reason we get those numbers is if you take the yearly open, I think the yearly open's around 16,500. About 25% below that level would put you at around 12.5, and about 2.1x above that level would put you in the mid 30s or so. Now, I'm not saying we have to visit either of those extremes, but my general speculation for this year as a whole is that it's more or less going to be remembered as a relatively choppy year where both the bulls and the bears get wrecked. And now I know when we said that a few months ago, I think a lot of people sort of think about like, oh, well, the bulls and the bears get wrecked. That makes sense. But then living through it is a completely different thing. So you can see that, just how easily it is, just how easy it is during recovery years for both sides to get wrecked. So far, it's obviously been the Bears after the Bulls were completely wrecked for all of 2022. So far in 2023, it's playing out very similar to prior recovery years for Bitcoin, where both sides get wrecked. So far, the Bears are in fact getting wrecked, but I do imagine in the back half this year we'll also sort of see the reverse play out as well. So, anyways, this is sort of the general expectation of this year. Again, I get that the excitement right now is contagious, but at least with my experience, the sort of 2015 and 2019, they were not leading to new all-time highs. We eventually came back down and then moved up a lot more in the halving year and then the year after the halving year. This is at least what history shows us. And so I will continue to operate under that assumption. But it also shows you in general that it's good to have a plan, how you navigate the market. Of course, for me with Bitcoin, I just stick to DCAing into the risk levels. But the altcoin market, of course, is a bit more cumbersome, mainly because a lot of the altcoin market can still bleed against Bitcoin well into recovery years and even into the following years as well. So you always want to make sure you're checking in on the Bitcoin valuations as you navigate Bitcoin. I think a lot of people are really used to Bitcoin underperforming the rest of the market, especially if you joined in, say, mid to late 2021. But as you can see, Bitcoin is fully capable of showing relative outperformance compared to the rest of the market, both when Bitcoin goes up on its USD pair and when it goes down. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and again, check out the sale on Into the Cryptoverse Premium at intothecryptoverse.com. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.